Right, one more time then. I know you've really enjoyed these segments. I've personally enjoyed it. I know all the guys here on the panel have enjoyed these. So let's have one more power play with Purge.
The Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Power Plays.
Game was pretty straightforward for Team Secret. They did get contested by Gambit in a lot of big ways. It started with the aggressive tri-lane by Gambit, so 3 heroes in the lane where Anti-Mage wants to get farmed. Now, normally what happens when you're fighting this much is you get really busy hitting enemy heroes, trying to make sure that your supports aren't getting bad trades, and as a result, you end up not getting as much farm. Shadow Demon ended up denying himself to the tower, and then the creep wave comes back again as Shadow Demon respawns with boots, and the same thing keeps happening again. Constant fighting between the supports, and AM has to move over and actually help out once in a while. But what's important is that in between this fighting, he always goes back and secures the last hits. And normally, if you're too busy fighting, you don't keep as high on farm, and you're going to end up suffering. But if we take a look at his current last hit levels, according to, compared to the rest of the map, he's still on the top of the board. And if we compare him to the carry on the other side of the map, he's 9-0 solo against an Enigma who's got 7 denies on him. Most likely, those are all range creeps. So despite this aggro trialing, it really didn't do that much in denying his farm. They eventually did do some rotations to pressure Zai, but this one ended up being a lot of work, really. And by the time they do secure his kill, it ends up with AM again showing up at the perfect time to score a kill. He ends up staying alive, and they go 2-2 in this fight. They tried to gank Enigma another time, but that one didn't work out so well. So now we're into the mid game. Secret's got a pretty good gold advantage, and this is how Anti-Mage is playing. He's basically just forcing Gambit to split up the map, and the nice thing is that they just don't have very many good ganking options. He blinks away, they fail that gank. On the other side of the map, Secret swings in, and they kill the Gambit carry, the equivalent of Anti-Mage. And look at that, he didn't even TP home. He stayed. He killed the creep wave. Oh, he's like, oh, a catapult? I'll get that too. He just doesn't care. He blinks aggressively towards where the team is, kills another camp, and just keeps going. And this is basically where the game state is going to be when the only disables are things like Rod of Atos, which he can reflect, and silences, which he can manta out of, and then he just goes back to farming. That barely slowed him down at all. So because the laning stage went so good and Nisha was able to get so many last hits, they got him to the mid game where he was just untouchable, and he just runs away with the game.
He certainly did. Thank you very much, Purge. Fantastic job all weekend. I'd watch a whole TV show of just Purge breaking stuff down on a weatherman board. I really would. Yeah. Hopefully ESL can put all of those together, and maybe that's what we get as a result of that. But it's been fantastic. Gents, we've come to the end of ESL One Katowice.